I failed maths in secondary school, so I decided not to fail maths again. As a student, I will advise them that they should always take initiative. What shaped my life is volunteering. They should be ready to lead. That leading aspect actually paved way for me to have more influence in my career as a student. I volunteered in over 6 to 7 roles in fellowship, in organization, in NGOs, in politics, and I'm still the HOC, and I'm working and I'm learning. Leadership is one of the key that really help people to be recognized and have influence. Everybody cannot be popular, but we grow every day. So the aspect of growing is about you knowing what to do at the right time and putting things in place. When you are in the position of leader, you have so many initiatives that you put forward and people will really buy into it. Do not let problem find you.
Find the problem.
Find the problem.
Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to another amazing episode of Tertiary Exploits, where we have our amazing graduates come in and share their academic stories with us. Speaking about amazing graduates, we have a wonderful, interesting personality joining us today in the person of Makinde Endurance Anu Oluwapo. Hi, Makinde.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
It's so nice to have you.
Yeah, same to me.
Okay, let's start off with something, really chill. So just give us a brief introduction about yourself and a little story about your academic journey.
Okay. As my name remains the same, Makinde Endurance and Oluwako. I'm popularly known as Makis on campus and off campus. My academic journey actually started from way back from secondary school.
Okay.
So when I was still writing WAEC then, I actually faced a challenge during my work period where I lost my mom. It
May
was
her
really
soul
a
rest in
sad day
peace.
for me. So the journey continued like that. After 5 years later, I decided through my sister pushing me forward to continue my journey in academics. So I decided to start for JAM and wrote my NECO then. And at the end of everything, I got admission to LASSO as on merit list into the Department of Local Government Development and Administration. But the story does not end there. A month, 2 months, a month, 2 weeks to resume LASSO then, I lost my dad again.
Oh my
So
God.
it was really a sad story for me, a sad beginning for me. So, but that does not really push me down. I keep moving. I put myself in place that whatever it takes, I have to keep it in.
First off, may your parents all rest in perfect peace. And I'm sure that your parents will be very, very proud of you,
Sure.
knowing that despite everything, you made them very, very proud. That's a wonderful story right there. You did mention that, right from your secondary school, you had a lot of challenges. Would you care to share with us some of the major challenges that you faced during your time in school?
Okay. While in secondary school back then, in GSS 3, I went to public school. So when you actually failed mathematics, then you have to recite the maths. So
Oh,
actually, I recited the maths, but I failed again. So I was in SX1 when our principal then said, with your uniform in secondary school in SS, you have to go back to go and write that maths again. I sat for the maths, we passed, and we move on to the but ever since then I usually pass my marks. Even during when I lost my mom, the only exam I passed during that period was only my maths and English. So I could not pass the rest.
I'm sure it
So
was very traumatic right there.
yeah.
Well, thank God you were able to cope, and I would say thank you to your principal for making you resit the exam. Some students they'll still tell, "Ah, just go." But I mean, they made sure that you did it and you got it right. So
Yeah.
shout out to your principal for that. All right, can you share a moment when things felt particularly difficult for you and how you were able to handle it?
Okay, it was actually my second semester in 100 level. So my second semester in 100 level was really he also a sad beginning as well. So, and I failed maths in secondary school, so I decided not to fail maths again. So,
Okay.
and I'm the class governor in my school for 4 years, so I'm the HOC. So I always attend tutorials, and people always challenge me and say, and once you are a class governor, you are you are more influential in the school. They always say scholar. They will call you scholar, and that will always put students down to say, I don't need to go to garden like tutorials because you already know everything. So, but me, I don't let that to put me down because I want to have a good grade. So I always attend tutorial. So that fateful day, I was in tutorial, but because of the stress, I work and learn while in school because of the struggle. So I slept off in the tutorial
Tutorial.
hall. So, and somebody picked my phone.
Oh my
They
God.
stole my phone. So I people when I woke up after an hour, people said, search everybody. But I was so calm. So I said, there's no need to search anybody. So I don't want to accuse anybody of stealing my phone. That's God does not reward with evil. So he's going to make a way for me. So after 2 days later, I was sleeping in my hostel. It was actually 1 week to exam. So I was actually sleeping in my hostel and something just woke me up around 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And I walked through my hood and I saw a apartment, and landlord said they are going to give me the apartment to be the student agent of the house. So they
Just like
actually
that.
just like that. Because I told them actually I was a representative, a leader in my school. I told them
Yes.
I'm the welfare director of my association and I really want to care about the well-being of the students to bring them to a safer environment and a good apartment. And they said, oh, with the way you talk, I'll offer you this house. There is 4 rooms vacant. So I have to bring people in. And I got my commission. And before my exam, I got a new phone.
Wow. 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 That was really nice. I'm sure you must have felt very, very happy. It have been,
Ah,
it's safe to say it was a blessing in disguise. Because who would have
seriously?
known? Who would have thought? But
Yeah.
it was really, I mean, it was, I wish if I was the one. Man, that's such a nice story.
Yeah.
All right. Um, what are the things that kept you motivated, even when things were not going well for you?
Okay. What kept me motivated is, I would say, it's God, intimacy.
Mm.
I'm smiling in my 100 level days. I gave my life to Christ. The name Marquis was actually from the inspiration of me singing hip hop before. So then
Okay.
I gave my life to Christ in my 100 level days. People thought when you get to school, you are going to be singing hip hop, you are going to blow, you are going to do that. So I like to say, then I find Christ. I gave my
Oh,
life to Christ. So that period, I in my second semester 100 level. So I have this, I'm a drama coordinator, assistant drama coordinator in my fellowship in faculty. So I was acting drama and my coordinator was telling me that, do you know what it takes that you did not pray for a week? I said, we never even dey pray every day. And I'm actually going to fellowship. So he was saying that in the rehearsal, I was telling me, you are going to act as if you have not prayed for a week. I was like, pray for a week. Is it necessary for me to pray? It's just normal, like I just
it
say,
felt
thank you,
normal to
Jesus.
you at the
Once,
time.
yeah, it was like, is it normal? People actually prayed. So I said, okay, I acted the drama, but that retreat that time actually changed my life
Hmm.
to start praying. So I developed myself in prayer. Even when I'm overstressed, I still have to pray by 11, by 12. I give myself to prayer. And that really the motivation part of it because I have that intimacy with God.
Oh, thank God for that. I would say yes, it's really necessary to have your relationship with God, and thank God for God being God to being able to help you throughout your phase. I mean, when your parents died, He still held you, and then He was able to hold you finally in first in 100 level. Sorry. So yes, we give glory to God. All right. So, is there anyone or anything that played a very key role in making sure that you were on the right path, you did not deviate, you did not fall out, or even if you did fall out, you came back to the right track? Is there anyone or anything in your life that played a very strong role to see into that?
Okay, yes. Um, there is something that actually in part of motivation. One of the prayer I actually usually pray. Even when the pastor has did the prayer and I forgot the lines of the prayer, I just always said, God, arrange my life for me. So one of the people that have actually played a key role in my life, and the system I've built around it is actually I'll first say my sister because he's
Mm.
the first motivator. He's the first person that actually encouraged me to go back to school because I don't even have intention of going. I was far away from Lagos just to since I can work, I can get money. But he called me back and said, no, you have to come back here and study. Your junior one is already in university and you are here doing around making money. No, come back and study. So my sister, then I will say my uncle financially because he paid my hostel fee and my
Yes,
school fees.
yes, yes. That's very
So,
necessary.
so my uncle, then as well, I would say my classmates,
Hmm.
because some kind of difficult moments of my life, they really show up. Some days, without asking them, they walk up to me, give me, and put something in my pocket, transfer to me,
You really
even
have
without asking.
good
So my
cosmates.
classmates, and I also say my fellowship, MFMCF and FMSCF and MFMCF. I'm actually running two fellowship at my days in school. So they actually play much part in my life. So and one of the scenario I will give about my fellowship is that there is a time that I was contesting for election in my faculty. So and godfatherism is everywhere.
Yes.
So they walk up to me and said I should step down. I said, I was so desperate. I said, there's nobody in this world can make me to step down. So on that Facebook day, I went to church. After the service, the brother coordinator called me and said, me and some other boys, let us have some little prayer chants for like 1 hour. I said, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I want to go and watch my. He said, I just received that we should just pray. So I gave it in, and after 1 hour, he asked me, what have I received? I said, I've not received. But immediately I stepped out. I was I received that I should step down from the post I was actually going for, then go for the state national indigenous of Lagos State indigenous student. And that was like election is almost closed. So when I contested for that election, among all the candidates, I was the only one that did a void or no void votes flyer. So that flyer is just void means that you should not take outside the bus. So among all the candidates, I have only 7 void, while others have like 180 voids. And I won the election. My opponent has um, 180 something votes, whereas I have 121, 28 votes. Then I have 7 void. My opponent has 80 plus void. And
So
I won
that's
the
how you
election.
won the election. Oh, wow. You really have a lot of good people in your life. It's so evident that you have a lot from your sister to your uncle, your classmates, and most importantly, the people that God put in your life through
Yeah.
fellowship. So it's very evident that you had a lot of wonderful people in your life, and we thank God for them.
Thank you.
All right, looking back now in all your academic journey, looking back at everything that you've been through, how do you think all the challenges you've been through or you went through has shaped you as a person?
Okay, it has really shaped me a lot. Let me start from the beginning of my life in 100 level. There's something we call screening clearance that
Yes,
we always do
yes,
in
we always
school.
do in school.
So last of them, they always do their clearance in the main auditorium where all students we have to clear themselves individually. So as a new department in Lagos State University then, so we entered the law around 8 a.m. in the morning and around 2, nobody called our department, nobody responded to us. So I took initiative at that period to walk up to them and meet one of the officials on the desk. I said, and so I'm from, I was given admission to study local government administration and nobody is calling. I said, oh, okay, can you organize the rest of you to come? Then when I got there, he said, wow, you are well coordinated. You must be the HOC. I cannot remember the man till today. Till when I graduated, I don't even know the man. He said, you must be the HOC. And all of them chorus, just 10 of them. Oh, it's our HOC. I was like, ah, ah. And from home, my sister told me that don't even dare to be a representative or be a HOC because it's so stressful. So I was like, I will not do it. So I was like, I was denying they are pushing on me. Even when I contested for it in my own, when I was staff at the election, I won the election. So at that period is where I realized that the leadership is just when you have a willing heart. So as a student, I will advise them that they should always take initiative. One, and as well, what shaped my life is volunteering.
Okay.
At that process, I volunteered to go step up for
Yes.
that occasion. So I advise students that they should step up
When the need
when
arises.
the need really arise, and they should volunteer, they should be ready to lead, because as that leading aspect actually paved way for me to have more influence in my career as a student then.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful answer. All right. So, what are the lessons you've been able to take away from your academic journey so far?
Okay, lesson I've taken alongside my journey is decision making. I have to take decision on my own
Mm-hmm.
in the aspect of I was actually a HOC in my department, and when everything was so cool and not bad as I have to say, my lecturers have been seeing me, and they have been seeing some of the efforts you are doing, even when you don't even publicize it. Three of my lecturers walk up to me and offer me a job in my 200 level early
Hmm.
days. So the first one came, can you work weekends? I said, yes, I can work. The second one came, can you work with social person? I said, yes. And I got employed as a personal assistant to the first female professor in public administration in Lagos State. In Nigeria, yes, Professor Yabolojede. So I worked with her all through my years till I graduated,
Wow.
and it has really been a success. So, lesson that I will let people to take away is like, try to take a decision of on your own, because the only thing people can impart in you is advice,
Yes.
because you have the conclusion in your
At the
mind.
end of the day, you still have the final say is yours.
So, second one is actually volunteering.
Mm.
I volunteered in every semester from my 200 level. I volunteered in over 6 to 7 roles in fellowship, in organization, in NGOs, in politics, and I'm still the HOC. And I'm working and I'm learning. So volunteering actually paved way for me in what sense? When I wanted to serve, I was posted to Akwa Ibom. Actually, it's my grandma's house. It's my grandma's state, actually. But I said, that is not the vision. I'm building something in Lagos. Serving there will not really give me the results.
Mm.
So I just picked my phone that day. That money that they gave me call up letter, I just, sir, please, I don't want to serve in Akwa Ibom. Is there a way I can serve in the state? He just said, there's no problem. Within three, I was about to pay for the transportation fee. Then I just got that. Check your, go and reprint. Then I reprinted within 3 hours of that same day, and I got posted to Ogun State.
Mm.
And the funniest thing, when I got to camp, I was nominated because of my acting. I was nominated as sport director. And when I wanted to serve, I said, I don't want to serve anywhere in Ogun State. I want to serve in Agbara, very close to my house. And I woke up to the camp director. I said, Ma, is there a way you can help me? I want to serve in that. I want to serve close to my family because I have some things I'm doing there. He just said, write your name down. Just like that. I was like, just like that. So there is volunteering
Volunteering
actually
paves the
paved
way
way for
for you.
opportunity. Yes,
Yes.
it paved way for opportunity. So, and the last one is leadership. So leadership is actually is one of the key that really help people to be recognized and have influence. Everybody cannot be popular. Yes, everybody cannot be, but we grow every day. So the aspect of growing is about you knowing what to do at the right time and putting things in place. When you are in a position of leader, you have so many initiatives that you put forward, and people will really buy into it. Through leadership, I was able to build my current brand, that is Student Mobilization for Empowerment and Leadership Initiative, where I empower students with what challenges are faced. I don't want them to face it, so I create a platform for them to learn, to work, and to earn as a student.
That's very beautiful. You've done a lot as a young man. Very, very inspiring.
Thank you.
All right, all right. So let's take this is the last question. All
Okay.
right. So to that one student that is watching, what is that one lesson that you want them to take away from your whole journey?
So I always have one favorite quote that whenever I want to tell young people about when you learn and you want to make money out of that learning, the only solution is to find problems. So the way I always put it towards them is, do not let problem find you.
Find the problem.
Find the problem.
Do not let the problem find you. Find the problem.
Yeah. So because when you find the problem, you actually want to get the solution.
Yes.
But when problem finds
Finds
you,
you.
you'll be under pressure.
Yes.
You will not be in a conducive condition because you will be everywhere. You will not get where it comes from. You know, when I was actually when they actually stole my phone, and I feel that
That's the end of the world.
that's the end of the world. But I was so calm because I have a prayer bank. You know, I always believe in this. My favorite verse in the Bible is Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Because
Yes.
once you know the life you have, and you know the truth and the way you are to follow, everything will be settled.
Yes, yes.
So I was so calm, and I know that God gave me results. So far that I have invested in intimacy, praying. So I don't need to request for withdrawal. It will withdraw for me. So that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Endurance. It's been a wonderful time with you and very inspiring one too. You've been all around. I mean, you've been everywhere, and you are a testimony or a testament that God actually comes through for his people.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And to you, amazing listeners, and you watched this, you got inspired. I'm sure you picked a lot of things. Endurance dropped a lot of gems, and you don't want to watch it and hold on to it yourself. Share to someone that you know would be inspired as well, would love this content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friend group, like I said earlier, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.